Welcome back. Well, no body slamming video from the president this morning to tweet about yet. We haven't seen it yet. But he did tweet this just moments ago and tweeted about Saudi Arabia. Spoke yesterday with the king of Saudi Arabia about peace in the Middle East. Interesting things are happening.
Clayton, I have to ask, when does he have time for all these phone calls? Because he's tweeting all day long if you watch, CNN.
How does he have
MSNBC.
breakfast?
Does he have breakfast? Does he eat? Does he talk to people? Does he make phone calls?
He's going through old WWE video this morning.
All day long. The archives. He made that video,
Ted
didn't he?
DiBiase video. Well, we want to get the take of yes.
Dakota Meyer. So far it seems this morning, Dakota, he's been focused on foreign policy, and as the boys have been talking about, how is it that he can multitask? How can he tweet but also make these phone calls and also work on his agenda? How is that possible?
I mean, look, it goes back to what he talks about, right? Fake news. I mean, they're making it up. I mean, I don't think that anything that this president does will ever be right. I mean, I think that President Trump could come out and cure cancer, and the media would turn around and would beat him down over that. I mean, I don't think that anything that he does is ever going to be right. I mean, they would rather see him fail than to help him succeed and better our country.
Absolutely. Well, Dakota, as a Medal of Honor recipient, you understand all things our military and veterans. And one of the big accomplishments of this White House is the passage of the VA Accountability and Whistleblower Protection Act. You watch any other network, you're seeing this much coverage, a tiny bit of coverage about it. Yet, if under a Clinton administration, this would not have been a focus. So how much does it mean to you as a veteran, as we approach this 4th of July, that this president is focused on vets issues and actually making some changes at the VA?
I mean, absolutely, it's huge. I mean, it's incredible what he's doing. I mean, it's something that's needed to happen for a long time. I mean, the VA's been out there running with no accountability. I mean, look, I mean, in the backyard of Senator McCain, I mean, he wouldn't even hold them accountable when people are dying down there. And it's like, I mean, they have to get something like this passed, and it's incredible. It's finally a time that the VA is going to be held accountable on what they're doing. I mean, there are some great VAs out there, but there are a lot of people inside that organization that are part of the bureaucracy, and they're more worried about their job and how to keep their job instead of taking care of veterans.
We had a new poll that we were talking about here the other day, a YouGov poll that came out, was looking at, on this 4th of July, it's looking at the patriotism of Americans, and they zeroed in on millennials specifically. And they found, Dakota, that 35% of millennials say they are not very patriotic, or not patriotic at all. 30% say they weren't patriotic at all. What do you make of this? And I think we kind of already knew this, but why the disconnect? Is it maybe their lack of connection to history? Where do you think this comes from?
I mean, I think it just shows you absolutely what the left's doing is working. This is why I think that it's time that our president is doing things that he's doing. He's standing up against them. I mean, the left has spent the last 10 years taking God and the Pledge of Allegiance out of our schools. So why would you expect anything different?
Yeah. What do you think the president has done when we talk about patriotism, when we talk about the military? You're doing so many things for our military. What has he done differently in the time he's been in office? Where would we be otherwise right now when it comes to our veterans?
Well, I mean, let's start off with him putting people in control of our military. You're talking about our military. I mean, he's put people in charge that know what they're doing. I mean, he's put people in charge who. I mean, you put General Mattis up there, and I'm telling you, you've got a man in there who's not worried about where he's going to go or what his next job is. You've got a man up there who's worried about what's in the best interest of our service members. And I think that's one of the start things that he's done to help our military and give us a boost in confidence. Morale's gone up with that man in charge.
Yeah. It's a great point. You can't dismiss how significant real leadership is in the Oval Office as well as atop the DOD. Dakota Meyer, Medal of Honor recipient. Have a great 4th of July with your family. Really appreciate you joining us.
Thanks for being with us.
You too. Thank you all so much.
You got it.